I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community-oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-1684 to book an estimate.
Good afternoon, everyone. Unless you're watching this on the West Coast or in England or wherever. But good day. How's that? Welcome to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are joyously sponsored by the people at Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corner. And if you didn't see or read in the paper, they have just done the most wonderful thing. They were part of the Share the Love program at the end of 2025. That is done by most Subaru dealers nationwide, where they give a portion of sales to nonprofits or other organizations in their communities. But nobody does it like Valenti Subaru here in Westerly. And 2 weeks ago, right after this very show in Wilcox Park, Bruce Morrow gave $12,000 to the Veterans Committee, the Veterans Parade, and an additional $12,000 to the Columbus Day Parade. Both parades had been canceled last year because of horrible weather. Both of them lost a lot of money, and now they've got a nice cushion to do it right this year. And we're going to do it right today with whom we call the Library Twins. We have, I'll start with you instead.
Our poor mother.
We will start with Bill Ancelada, the Assistant Executive Director,
Sure.
and the head book lady.
Mhm.
We have Bridget Hopkins, who is the Executive Director. And I know I got my copy of the Chronicle
Yes.
online and read it the other day. And you can get yours too. It's free. You can go and get one at the library. You can ask for one to be sent to your inbox, also free. And you'll find out everything they're doing in a month, because these two could never tell you everything in the time we have. But you can start.
Sure.
And we're going to start with what's happening tonight.
Yes.
At 5 o'clock? In the
Four,
gallery.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Oh, it's not in the gallery then.
It is.
Oh,
It
it
is.
is.
Yes.
Okay.
The
Right.
Westerly Public Schools are having their annual student exhibition.
Mhm.
John Tedeschi?
Yes.
Yeah. They have a great art program there for
They-
Westerly Public Schools.
They
So,
sure do.
so come on by, talk to the students, take
Yeah.
a look at the art. It looks amazing in there.
Yeah.
It's like ages K through 12.
Oh,
So
really?
it's
It's not just
Yes.
high school.
No. No,
Yeah.
it's
And it's
back there.
everything, just from line drawings to ceramics.
Yeah.
And some of those ceramics are awesome.
It
There's a
doesn't-
bowl of macaroni and cheese and
Wow.
some donuts and
Mhm.
sushi. They did
All
a
done
great
in
job.
clay and that's been fired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there is a reception, I take it.
4 to
Yes.
6
And
today.
all the moms, dads, and grandparents and aunts and uncles will be there, and
Yes.
you could be there too.
But if you can't be, it will be up through May 28th
Yes.
during library hours. So if
Wonderful.
you can't come this evening, you can stop by anytime the library is
It-
open.
Sounds fantastic. I definitely will be there. I can
Mhm.
promise. Not tonight, I can't, but I will definitely be there.
Yeah.
No wonder you wanted to begin with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
had a
yeah.
sneak peek yesterday.
And
Chock full.
yes, it is packed.
Did they have
So-
enough room for everything?
They
Yes.
they squeeze it in.
Yes,
It's
they
like-
do.
Every inch of wall space, I think, is covered.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And usually the top of the piano has.
That does
Yes.
not have anything. We
No.
have some other tables out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah. Come by. It's great. My probably my favorite exhibit of the year.
Mhm.
So they're all good,
Wow.
but I do like the
Are
school one.
any of these for sale, or is this strictly for show?
For show.
Okay.
And more on the art front, we have our artist in residence for April and May is visual artist John Hyduk, but I believe he goes by Scribbles, aka Scribbles.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I love that. I saw that.
And he does artwork on doors,
On recycled
on
doors.
recycled doors, and he creates artwork on. And he's going to
That's his thing?
yeah.
Wow.
And he'll be, please join us for a community canvas session out in Wilcox Park. So this is Saturday, May 16th from 11 to 2 p.m. in Wilcox Park.
And he'll actually be painting out
Drop
there?
by anytime for you, and you can participate.
Make art with zero expectation or judgment. This format provides participants with the same supplies used in the artist's personal practice. As Scribbles migrated from traditional canvas and permanent markers to upcycled door panels and high flow acrylic paint markers. In his own work, the pop-up format followed the same transition. So they're encouraged to either find a blank space on the panels and add their own mark, or build on top of what others have already created.
Oh, that could be
So, yeah.
on top of others. I could
Yeah.
see the others being a little upset. Somebody
Well,
goes right over their artwork.
He says every contribution is part of a moving, living work that is subject to be laid over by future participants.
Wow. And then
So-
what does he do with the doors when they're done? Sell them?
They may never
Give
be
'em?
done. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That I don't know. Maybe we'll hear.
So anybody can just wander into the park, go over to what they're doing,
yeah.
Yeah.
and say, I want to paint on this door.
Yes.
Whereas these are
That's a
high quality
great
artist
release of
materials.
tension.
They're and please be mindful that they can still stain clothing or personal items, and drop cloths are going to be provided to protect the surroundings.
And
So,
the children probably want to get in there, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
it sounds fun.
yeah.
It does. That's
Yeah.
certainly very different.
And
I've
I-
never heard of anything like
I
that
saw
before.
a few pieces. Well, yesterday, walking by, I saw a canvas outside on the porch.
Yeah.
So. looked
Where is he
great.
from? Do we know?
Massachusetts.
Oh, so he's close by.
Close by, yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I believe our next artist in residence is, I'm trying to remember her name. Kara. She's a cartoonist.
Oh.
Oh, now
that'll be
that's
fun.
different. You haven't had one of those yet.
No.
hmm
That's what's so great about the
Mhm.
Artist in Residence program. They're all completely different.
Yeah.
They bring something different to the party.
Yes.
I may have gotten the name wrong. Kara Bean.
Thank you,
All
Amanda.
right.
Bean last name, yes. So, yeah, we're really excited. I mean, John's here for about 2 months, and then I think Kara comes in June.
Now, will he also actually be doing classes while he's here too? They usually, whomever you
Mhm.
get, will wind up doing a couple of classes in the library some evening.
It depends. Some don't do. I think this is similar to his. He's just
Mhm.
having open community
Okay.
art projects.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm sure.
But I've seen him out on the porch there talking with people just walking through the park
Yeah.
and engaging with them. Oh, he's got his artwork out there working on
Well,
it.
that'll get people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do people often stop and talk to your artists in residence?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. So I guess maybe now we can go from front to back.
Sure.
Why don't you go from back to front? Do it the Hebrew way.
Oh, you got to talk about the carpeting.
Yes. So I don't know if you read that we're getting new carpeting.
Yes, I did. And
So-
they're let's see if I can remember. They are putting it in with minimal disturbance, but they are putting it in during library hours. And if the smell bothers you, you're supposed to say something
Yes.
to the people.
Well,
that
that's
work
what we
there.
were
That's what we
hoping.
thought at the time, but there's been
Oh, it's all
updates.
changed?
It's been updated. So now, June 1st through 4th, we are going to have to close to the public in order to recarpet the first floor. we're going to have.
You know, I had wondered about that because that's where most of your activity is.
I think we had some high hopes, high expectations, and it was just going to be too much of a logistical nightmare to try to coordinate that while being open
Well, yeah,
to the
the people
public
have to get in to get
Right.
to the
or
elevators,
the
the
stairs.
kids'
Yes.
room, the media room,
Yes. Yes.
the newsroom, everywhere.
So we are hoping everyone will, be amenable to going with the flow, and just, we think that patrons will be able to pick up holds during this time. We'll probably use the pop-up so that someone can walk up to the window, pick up their holds. People can still return books. But we won't be open for regular library operations.
You're going to
June
have cots
1st.
outside for your regulars. You got a couple of guys that are there all the time.
I know. I think,
Sleeping bags, maybe.
yes, this is why we were really hoping that we could be open. But
Yeah.
we think for the sake of
It really was
everyone.
an unrealistic hope because
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was thinking of that first floor, the
Yes.
way it's laid out, and people, whether they come in that side door or up the main door, it's not going to work
Yeah.
very well.
But we will be open once they get to the second floor.
Yeah.
So that we can do. If anyone's been into the library recently, they will have seen some tape, a little bit of duct tape on the first floor, a
little
lot
bit.
on the second floor.
Yes.
Just all the glue is dried up after 16 years. And so
Wow.
we'll be
Yeah.
installing.
16 years of people walking by, and
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot of traffic you guys get.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're excited. It'll
And
be.
tracking in the ice melts. That
Yes.
does a
Yeah,
job.
exactly.
That does a job on the carpet.
Yes, and we're doing the rear stairwells and the elevators.
So
it'll
you're
be
giving a
nice.
vacation to all your employees. You're not giving a vacation to anybody.
No, we still have work to do.
Yeah,
So,
lots of behind the scenes things that we can get done.
So you'll be inside.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and everyone will just stay out of the way.
Okay.
But yes, but we will still be
Excuse me.
there, and that's why we can still manage hold. So if anyone has books that have come in, or just put some of our books on hold if you can't get into the library, and we should be able to pull them. And
And then use the pop-up
Yes.
at Coy,
yes,
which for those who may not know it by that name, that's what used to be the little coffee place right inside the door.
so more details to come. We'll be putting signs and more information out in the coming weeks.
Well, by the time you're here in a month, actually you will have, it'll be about the third, I think, third or fourth.
Mhm.
So you'll be just about at the tail end of that. You'll
Yeah.
know more.
Yes, we will.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This month we are celebrating Margaret Wise Brown.
116th birthday.
I saw
Yeah.
that. Are you going to have cake?
Well, we are going to have the Runaway Bunny birthday party. That's at
She was the author of the very famous Runaway Bunny,
And
Yes.
Goodnight Moon.
right?
Mhm.
But you only have the Runaway Bunny sculpture in the park, right? You don't have
Mhm.
anything for Goodnight Moon.
Correct. We do have additional characters from her books outside the children's room in the little story garden.
Okay.
But we've got all kinds of Margaret Wise Brown activities going on. On Monday, that already passed, so I'm not even going to talk
But
about
they might
that.
still be available.
Oh,
The
okay.
Kids Take
Kids Take a Make is the Little Island Sailboat. So let's see, we have story time. Join us for a different Margaret Wise Brown book featured each week. So on the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th.
How many books did this woman write?
Oh, she wrote a bunch.
Dozens.
I only knew the two that she's really known for, the
Yeah.
Runaway Bunny and Goodnight
The
Moon.
Little
But I
Fur
guess
Family.
Big Red Barn is a big one.
The Noisy Book.
The Little Scarecrow
I
Boy.
see. So it's all in the Chronicle. So you should get your copy.
This one looks fun. Sneakers, the Seaside Cat. So, yes. And let's see. Tweens stop by a bulletin board to color birds to add to our Runaway Bunny park scene. And we'll have a book display with amazing women authors. In the teens, they have a do-it-yourself craft table, build a poem station, Margaret Wise Brown coloring pages, and take and make zine kits. And we'll have a book display with amazing women authors. And for all ages, the letterbox. This is really cool. Are you familiar with letterboxing?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
So
You know about
my
this.
understanding, the letterboxing started. I actually don't know when it started, but folks are encouraged to actually create their own stamps,
Mhm.
Their own stamp.
carve their own stamps. And what you do is someone carves a stamp, takes a container, puts their stamp in with a notebook. They post where this box is on a website, on a national or international website. There's on letterbox.org and Atlas Quest is where you can find where letterboxes are. And you go looking
So it
and you
really
have-
is a thing.
and you have your own notebook
Mhm.
and your own stamp. So what you do is when you find a letterbox, you take the stamp that's in someone else's
And put yours
stamp
on
your
it?
own,
Wow.
and then you take your stamp and put it there, and you can make notes about where.
Who teaches you how to make a stamp? Are they going to be doing that at the Westerly Library? Get
don't
somebody
know
I
about
think
that.
a lot of people purchase their stamps, but you
Oh, I
can
see.
buy
Okay.
rubber and carve it, or whatever you're going to
Okay.
use to carve a stamp. But it'll have an ink pad in it. And the nice thing is I've seen it where people from around the world actually participate, and they will, stamp your book and note where they're from and maybe leave a little note. And it's
Mine
just a
would
really
say
fun pastime.
invoice overdue, 30 days.
It's a fun
Well, we
pastime.
posted about ours, and someone came in the very next day.
Yes.
So it's a very active
Yeah.
community. So we've got one hidden in the library, and the letterbox in our library features a lino-cut stamp hand carved by local artist Alex Cady. And the stamp depicts a bunny running with its feet separated, just like our
Runaway
statue in the
bunny.
park, honoring Cady's fondness of the runaway bunny statue in Wilcox Park, which she frequently visited with her mother, who often gifted her lucky rabbit's feet.
So where? No, I'm not going to
Not
ask
gonna
where it
tell you.
is. No, I'm not going to ask where it is, but
Yeah.
it will look like an actual letterbox, like a mailbox.
The clue is
That's the
the
stamp
clue will
right
be
there.
listed on those websites, on
okay.
letterboxing or Atlas Quest,
Okay.
Yeah.
and you find the clue.
I have never
You get
heard
the
of that.
clue.
That was,
Yeah.
and this is being done all over the world now.
Have
It's
you-
a thing.
Heard of geocaching?
Yes.
Very similar, but
Okay.
this has clues instead of coordinates.
Okay.
Sometimes geocaching has
Mhm.
clues as well.
Yeah, that
but-
I have.
Yeah,
But
very
wow.
similar.
And the artist who made the stamp, Alex Cady, is also coming to the Runaway Bunny birthday party. They're a museum educator for the Mystic Seaport Museum, and they'll present a history of the Runaway Bunny statue.
Did you
and be
say when the
available.
party was as far as the date?
Oh, yes. It is Saturday, May 23rd from 11 to 12:30 p.m.
Okay.
So
And
I
all
assume
are
out at the Runaway
welcome.
Bunny. So we'll put a hat on the
But
bunny.
Margaret won't be there.
No,
In spirit.
And
Yeah.
is Margaret buried around here, or
don't
do you
think
know?
so.
I think she might be buried on Vinyl Haven,
Hmm.
where she
Okay.
had a house, but I don't remember. Yeah, she had a house in Maine,
But I was going to say Vinyl Haven. I actually have been there. It's way
Mhm.
up in Maine,
Mhm.
and
north of Booth Bay, I believe, or off the coast
Yeah.
of Booth Bay.
She had very good friends that lived in Stonington. After she passed, they inherited a large portion of her personal belongings, and they gifted them to us to care
Oh.
for. And so we have a huge collection of her diaries and mock-ups of original books. We are a literary landmark. I think
That's
we might
exciting.
still be the only literary landmark because of our Margaret Wise Brown collection. We're also an affiliate member of the American Writers Museum that is in Chicago because of our
That's
collection.
fantastic.
And we have people from all over the world who come to do research on Margaret Wise Brown. If they're writing a book or dissertation,
she
they're
is
just doing research.
best known for Goodnight Moon, isn't she?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
like the #1 book.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else you got a birthday party for in May?
Our garden market fair,
Yeah.
our 42nd.
Wow, 42nd. So wander through Wilcox Park. Oh, this is Sunday, May 17th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., where we have annuals, perennials, trees, shrub, organic vegetables, herbs, and accessories for purchase, as well as tables with community nonprofit organizations.
And this is during Neighbor Day.
Food, music with the Westerly Band. Don't forget to visit the alpacas because they're great fun.
And the food comes from the Highland Grill from Westerly High School,
Yes.
from their
Yes.
truck, their food
Yes.
truck.
Yes. And right at 9 a.m., there's the sound bath with Zen Zone. So,
And the town multicultural committee will also be doing their neighbor day on the Esplanade.
Yes, they were here last week, week before. I don't know, the weeks go fast.
Yes.
But they were here and they mentioned Garden Market Fair. So
Mhm.
it's good that you're giving them a shout out.
Yes.
So you can go first to Neighbor Day on the steps of the town hall and then cross the street and you've got all
Nope, they're saying not at the town hall. They're just in,
at the Esplanade.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so you don't have to
I'd
cross the
forgotten.
street.
Great.
Last year I was a little worried with
Okay.
crossing the street.
No crossing of the street. Okay.
But there's also soil testing by the URI Master Gardeners.
That's always a biggie.
yes.
We talked about that when they were here, that people should, bring a sample of
Mhm.
your soil
Just
and they'll
actually-
do it. There's no
Yep.
charge for it.
I think it's just testing the pH.
Yeah.
And they will provide you with advice on about making adjustments for the plants that you have planted.
Like, please put cement over it. That's
Right.
what they tell me. Okay.
The kids' corner.
oh, Kids Corner. So we have with natural arts painting and make your own dish garden.
And that keeps
I
them
assume that's a
busy.
garden in a dish.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So-
The adults can walk around, the
Yes.
kids can do
And
this. And there's
activities for kids.
no
too.
charge.
Live animals through Denison Pequot Nature Center. Well, the alpacas will have food trucks, live music.
Yeah.
I think there's also
gonna be a
going
great
some
day.
ice cream, an ice cream truck.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
All right.
You're in on the ice cream
Yeah.
truck, right?
I'm coming twice. All right. Let's see. Oh, we have to save the date for our Pride in the Park, June 6th, from 12 to 2 p.m. in Wilcox Park, where we celebrate the LGBTQ plus community. We have all sorts of local organizations that come, and we promote resources and services that benefit and uplift the LGBTQ plus community. Allies and members of the community are welcome to join us for this joyous event for all ages.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great community,
Yeah.
And you get a lot of people. I know
yes,
that.
we do.
yes.
You always do.
Yes.
We'll be taking a break in about 2 minutes. So give me a 2-minute event that's
Well,
coming up.
It is Mental Health Awareness Month.
It certainly is.
So, yes.
And I know we are participating with the Wood River Health people.
Mhm.
In fact, they're going to be on next week.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we actually have. Do we have a display out?
I'm
I'm
Most
guessing
likely.
we do have a display somewhere in the library.
And
We have a lot of displays in the library.
mhm,
Gardening books, we have them for Margaret Wise Brown.
mhm. And we also have our community resource advocate on Tuesdays.
Yep.
Right.
And our mental,
Mental
health,
health
advocate.
so you have
on
Susan
Thursday
Rosen on Tuesday.
Thursdays.
and Toby on Thursdays.
Okay.
So if you or someone you know
Needs help?
needs help just with identifying what community resources are available to help you solve your issue, or know someone, or you may have some mental health issues or just need advice, they're here for you.
And it's not only for behavioral health.
No.
It's for what can I do? I need heating oil at home.
Yep.
And even though we're going into summer, we get cold nights and
Yes.
cold times. Or where can I go to get food in the summer for the kids? We're having a little problem with that and they're not going to be at school. Or it can be a mental health issue.
Or I have a neighbor that,
Yep.
you know, how can I help them?
Yeah.
Or can
That's
I
what
bring
it's
them
there
this
for.
way?
And there again is no charge. Do they call for appointments with Susan and
You
Toby?
can, but if they don't have an appointment, it's drop in.
Okay, very good. We are going to take this break now. You are listening to Man About Town with the Library Twins. So much easier than giving your whole title. We are a production of 321 Go. 321 Media. We are sponsored joyously by the community and many businesses you're about to see, and especially by Valenti Subaru. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Spring is back at the beach, and so is the Misquamicut Spring Fest 2026. 3 days of live music, amazing food, rides, and oceanfront energy. There's music for everyone all weekend, with country on Friday, 90s on Saturday, and feel-good soul on Sunday. Plus, incredible food vendors, carnival rides, and free parking. May 8th through the 10th at Misquamicut Beach. Skip the line and get your tickets now. MisquamiCutFestival.org.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. Here in Rhode Island, we take pride in taking care of our own. At Lathrop Insurance, we have spent 86 years helping families and businesses protect what matters most. Whether it's your home, your business, or the legacy you're building, our team is here to provide peace of mind through customized insurance solutions. We're proud to support high school sports across Rhode Island because when our community grows stronger, we all win. Lathrop Insurance. Personalized protection, local expertise. Visit lathropinsurance.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
At the Ocean Community YMCA, community means showing up across 4 branches and 2 summer camps, all rooted in one shared mission. Every day we bring people together to grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. From fitness floors to youth programs, from lifelong friendships to unforgettable summer memories. No matter your age or stage of life, there's a place for you here to belong, to thrive, and to be supported. This is the place where everyone belongs. This is the Ocean Community YMCA.
Wood River Health provides medical, dental, and behavioral health care to over 10,000 people a year, even when they can't afford to pay for the care they need. The cost of providing healthcare services has increased, and the grant funding we receive doesn't fully cover the cost of patient care. We, like other community health centers across the country, count on community support to keep our doors open. With your help, we can keep serving as a safety net for your neighbors. Will you help us invest in our mission?
She's everywhere. She's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
And back we are. We are back with Bridget and Bill from the library. And it's not just books, is it? You haven't really said a word about books.
No, we've got books.
You got a few.
And we've got lots of
All
other
kinds
things.
of books.
You have books. You also have newspapers and magazines. I go in there. I have become a big fan of the Wall Street Journal. The weekend edition. I love it. I always thought you had to know all about finances and that there was nothing but that. They have some of the best writers and the most wonderful articles in there. So you will find me in there usually on Saturdays trying to put it under. No, I leave it there for other people.
We'll tell
No
you,
need to do that anymore.
we're going to be getting somewhere around July 1, we're getting Wall Street Journal online.
Great.
So
That is
with
wonderful.
your library card, you'll be able to read the Wall Street
Oh,
Journal.
that's great to know. And you have all the other papers too,
Yes.
which is wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, you also have more stuff than you'll ever get in the next 20 minutes. So tell us what else you got.
Well, one thing we have is weekly meditation on Thursdays.
Do you all sit around and go,
Sure, we can do that.
I haven't participated
That'll
yet,
keep
so I
your
don't
hands
know.
busy.
It's 6:15 to 7:15 p.m. in the terrace room. So it's a weekly group that seeks to provide a supportive setting for practice breathing centered meditation. Each week we will offer 2 short sessions over the course of 60 minutes. The first will be a guided session to familiarize those with little or no experience, followed by a 20-minute silent session. All levels of experience are welcome. Please provide your own meditation cushion or pillow.
I'd have to be quiet for 20 minutes? I don't think so. Okay, I'm
It's
going
not
to the
for everyone.
I want the bunny birthday party. Okay, what else you got?
The League of Women Voters is presenting a screening of The Officials, along with the panel discussion on Tuesday, May 12th from 6 to 7:30.
They do such wonderful work in this community. They really, really do. You got some very bright people there, and they draw a good crowd.
Yes.
So it's this upcoming Tuesday, the 12th,
Correct.
at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we have on May 13th, it's a Wednesday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in the auditorium. We have news media in the misinformation age.
Oh my God, I want to go to that.
Between the relentlessness of the 24-hour news cycle, rampant misinformation, and the influence of social media algorithms, staying informed today can be overwhelming.
Is it a documentary or somebody?
No, it's
who's running it?
It's an acclaimed journalist, Philip Eil, E-I-L.
I have heard of him.
About the current state of news media.
And how we got into this mess.
And it's at 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
You're right up against the Chamber's business after hours at 5. But and if it go, is it going to go for a couple hours?
6 to 7:30.
Oh, I might be able to get there then. Not at the beginning, but I can walk in because I really would like to see that. There is so much misinformation. Just ask Donald Trump; he'll tell you.
It's very difficult, and with AI now, because
that is scary
we
stuff.
need to figure out. AI can only do so much. There's information that's not easily or readily found on the internet that is important, that doesn't always get put in together with the answers that you're getting from AI.
Well, AI can also give you a Tom Yamas or somebody like that who's an anchor, create him, even though it's not him.
Yes.
And then create his voice and create his story, or any of those reporters. And that's bad.
But when you just do a Google, if you're on Google and do a Google search, the first answer that comes up is AI generated.
Yeah.
And that's caused issues even with
in the park.
In the park, we found people
were fishing, and I went out to talk to them just to let them know that I'm sorry, but there's no fishing allowed in our pond. And they were like, "Oh, but I Googled it, and it said there was fishing in Wilcox Park." So I was like, "Well, no, that's not accurate." But then I Googled it myself to see if I was being told a tall tale, and I Googled it, and it said yes. fishing is very popular in Wilcox Park. The problem is there's another Wilcox Park in New York that has a pond, and they allow fishing in it. So AI doesn't know that. And it's
Right.
trying to figure out, often it's trying to figure out what the person asking the question is looking for and trying to,
Permission.
Yeah.
That was it.
So knowing the right questions to answer, and it's always been this with the internet, knowing the right question to ask, because you need to be very, very specific when you
and very
ask.
detailed.
But your average person who wants to fish
Yeah.
is not going to say Wilcox Park, comma, Westerly, Rhode
Yeah.
Island.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they're going to get that first answer.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're like, hey, we didn't do anything wrong. And they didn't. They
No, they
looked it up.
didn't.
Oh, is it allowed? Yes, it is. This is great for us.
Wow. Imagine what teachers are going through. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine. You know, as students are doing book reports or a thesis for, you know, PhDs and stuff. I can't even imagine the committees that look at these things and the teachers,
And
how hard it's got to be for them.
And schools now have software that can actually run papers through to determine whether
I've
or
heard
not
that.
AI helped.
But that's not even accurate all the time
No.
because I use a proofreading function called Grammarly.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I wanted to see, so I purposely took a paragraph that was not mine and typed it in and then just ran it through Grammarly. And there's a little button you can push to say AI check or whatever, or proofreading check or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it said everything was fine, and it wasn't because I had copied it word for word for word. So that's not
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know where we're going with this, but it's not good.
No.
Mhm.
So moving on to more programs, the next day on May 14th, we have bird identification and drawing presentation with artist and naturalist Robert Braunfield for a fun and informative presentation on the skills and techniques for identifying birds.
So identify them and then learn how to draw them.
Yep. And it's the first of a two-part bird watching series because on the 16th, 2 days later, starting at 8 a.m. in Wilcox Park, they're going to have a morning walk in search for warblers, tanagers, orioles, and other songbirds.
And will he be leading that walk?
Yes. And then returning, going back, I believe, into the auditorium for discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, we now have Friday feature in the Kids Room Castle. This is Friday, May 8th and 22nd from 4 to 5 p.m. Join us in the Kids Room Castle for a different featured TV show. So on the 8th, they're going to watch Adventure Time. And on the 22nd, Owl House.
Fun.
Yeah. Cool.
And these are shows that the kids would know from
Yes.
And yeah,
TV.
and those shows are geared toward ages 7 and up.
Okay.
So,
More tweens.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's next?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Turn
Turn
the
the
page.
page.
Whoa. Got some things
I wanna
going
see
on
the
in the
other
makerspace.
We have exciting makerspace programs. Laser Basics, May 7th and 21st from 6 to 6:30 p.m.
May 7th. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard about our laser printer, the Glowforge? So
From you.
It's great at making personalized gifts and projects, and people can come and learn how this incredible piece of technology will help.
And this is the time of year because you've got graduation, Mother's Day,
Mhm.
Father's Day, and lots of weddings and showers and things. And you can get a wonderful gift.
And
using
personalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done that.
Yes, I did, with a very nice cutting board and everything, had it engraved with some friends, their wedding date and their name and everything.
Oh, they
So,
must
yeah.
have loved that.
Yeah, it was really nice.
All right, so let's talk about somebody like me who has zero talent in that regard. So I know how to go out and shop. I have talent in that
Oh,
regard.
yes.
So I buy the cutting board.
Yes.
I bring it in. Is somebody going to do it for me or show me how to do it?
Ideally, we like to show people how to do things.
I better
and
buy
help
two
them
then.
do things.
One for a mistake.
Well, that's why our staff are there to help you not make a mistake. So,
Okay.
yes.
And you can pretty much put whatever you want on there.
Mhm.
It
So
doesn't
they'll-
have to be a cutting board. It can
They
be
will
whatever.
help with the design
Yeah.
of it, and then basically say, okay, we're going to hit the button. So they mostly do it for you. But
That's good.
if you expect that you're going to be returning, it would be great to show people,
Mhm.
show you how to do it, so that next time you can just
Yeah.
here to do that. Okay, I know how.
It's a wonderful
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
It really is. And didn't you just get an upgraded one?
We
Yes,
did,
we did.
thanks to
Yeah.
the friends.
Yeah.
Friends of the library.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And then we're going to have on May 20th, which is a Wednesday, from 6 to 7 p.m. in the Makerspace. If you don't already have an email, you can learn how to create a Gmail account, learn how to perform basic email functions like send, receive, and reply, recognize and deal with spam, organize and delete emails, and search for messages. So even if you have a Gmail account, but you might not know how to deal with spam or organize, come to the program.
I think anybody could come to that because then there's so much
Mhm.
scamming out there and problems out there. And that's our next guest will be Detective
Yeah.
Mills. And both he and I got the same scam this morning. And it's because I sent it to him and said, look what I just got. And he wrote back, me too. There's a lot of stuff out there and stuff that you can have the most intelligent people going and you can get gotten.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it never hurts to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
as
We do
much as you can.
cybersecurity training with our staff just because it's so.
Yeah,
Always
out
look
there.
at the email. There was
Yeah.
an email that
I know
went
the
out
banks
to,
do too, constantly.
went out to staff
Saying it was from Bridget.
from me. It said executive director, but it was something, it was spelled weird. It didn't come from westerlylibrary.org.
Uh-huh.
So those are the red flags. And it was asking for gift cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's the first one.
Right.
I noticed in the stores now, I've seen it in Walmart. I
Mhm.
saw it today in the floral department at Stop and Shop. They have stickers on the counters that say, if anybody asks you to pay for something with gift cards, don't do it. Come to the front desk, do this, do that. So I don't know if the police have put that out. I've got to ask when the detective gets here.
Mhm.
But whoever's putting that out, good for them.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people read it and do it because, you can go home at night and be tired or you had a long day and you see something and without paying attention to there was no .org or something was spelled wrong, they touch that button and you've had it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it can be bad.
Yep.
But let's hear more good stuff.
Park stuff.
Yeah. URI Master Gardener's Kiosk, Sunday, May 17th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Wilcox Park.
That's the soil
That's the
stuff,
free
right?
soil test. Come with your gardening questions. Get research-based answers to all your gardening
So
questions.
from what I understand, you just take a little shovel full of soil, put it in a baggie and bring it to them.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't need to bring your whole yard.
Correct.
No.
And
Okay.
there may be 2 areas in your yard that are not performing, and they
Right.
could, bring soil from each one. Don't mix them up. Keep them separate because
Mhm.
Mhm.
And they'll also
They need-
answer questions. I
Yeah.
know they did for me a few years ago, and I said, my soil is so bad, I probably can't plant anything. And they said, oh, yes, you can. And they gave me different ideas.
Yeah.
So,
and this
Yeah,
is
they're-
actually not just on Garden Market Fair Day. It is
Mhm.
every second and fourth Saturday of the month through October.
that is wonderful.
So-
And again, there's no charge for this.
Nope. And they fall on the days that we have walking tours.
And those
And this
walking tours are
Saturday, yeah.
great. You get to see these beautiful old trees, and Alan or one of his people just give you all this great information.
Mhm. This Saturday, we have a walking tour of Wilcox Park, native flowers and trees. So that's this Saturday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. in Wilcox Park.
Where do they start? Do they start up at the pond or
They
at the
start at the fountain.
Begin and end on the Esplanade.
on the
Oh,
Esplanade?
So,
Okay.
And the native flowers is,
Mm.
I believe, the second Saturday of the month, and then the specimen trees is the fourth
mhm.
Saturday of the month.
Yes.
So that will be on May 30th.
Yep.
Okay, so this is Native Flower this Saturday.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
cool.
Okay.
I can't turn the page.
No.
I'm in.
You actually can.
No.
You don't have to. We were telling Bill that he was banging too much and it was causing a problem. That you can keep your hands out.
No, sitting on
Just you don't have to sit down. This is like 4th grade.
my fingers are going numb.
Stop that.
But we also always want to remind folks about some of the additional services we have, not just the programs. So we offer homebound delivery. So if you know anyone that is
That's such a good
permanently or temporarily homebound due to physical, medical, or medical reasons,
They just had surgery or they don't have a car available.
No.
Or,
that's not it.
oh, no?
No.
Oh,
So because
Okay.
that's not
don't
your
just erase.
your physical body. It just
Yeah.
because you don't have a car doesn't mean that we are going to deliver.
No, I meant you don't have a car right now, I said.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so has nothing to do with your car.
Nothing to do with the
Correct.
car.
Okay.
It has to do with
It's your body.
your
Yeah.
personal wellness, whether
Okay.
it's physical
I
or
have
mental.
COVID or I had my appendix out or okay,
Yes.
got it.
Yes. That you're not physically able to get to the library, not because of car troubles or because of
And they
some-
can tell you what kind of books they want or what they're looking
Yes.
for or what they've
Yes.
seen online.
Yep, and we have a form online you can fill out, or
Oh,
you can
good.
give us a call and we can fill it out for you if you're not familiar with how to fill out an online form. And we do ask what your interests are, what you like to read, what types of authors you've liked in the past. And the librarians will make selections and a volunteer will deliver and pick up for you.
Great.
Cool.
I know you were selling ducks for the duck race,
yes.
and the duck race did, oh my God, they raised so
Yes.
much money. Did you?
They
and
haven't notified me that I won yet. Is it there?
Keep,
I'll have
keep
to call
waiting.
the chamber. See if
Just
there's-
keep your hands
see if there's
under
an
you and
issue.
keep waiting. But
Okay.
are you at liberty to say, because when different organizations sell the ducks for the ducks race, they get a portion of it to keep and it helps them.
We
How
sold-
did the library do?
We had 200 and sold them all.
Oh,
Yes.
terrific. So you made
Yeah.
about $4,000? Is
No,
that
we
correct?
get about $2
Oh.
and 85 cents
All
for
right.
each.
So maybe 500.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ducks are $5, so we get more than 50%.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
I mean, thank you to the chamber for that.
Yeah.
And we
We have
also
to-
want to thank everyone. We exceeded our fundraising goal already for the year.
Yeah, we had a super successful library week. And
So that does not mean if you wish to endow the library with some money that they're not taking it.
Or
They'll
make it-
always
we
take
Or
it.
make a donation. Our
Yes.
annual fund, just because we set a limit, that's what we plan for. But anything over and above does still help the library in park.
And you know, a few
Operate.
minutes ago, I was talking about gifts for graduates, for brides and grooms, for someone having a birthday. If they're the people that have everything, why not make a donation in their name to this community library? Great idea.
Yeah. Then we've got, and I want to give a shout out to our friends again, because they just gave us funds last month to get an enclosure for our 3D printer. So it's a little quieter. They also gave us funds to purchase 2 chomp saws. So they're little chomp. So they're little, almost like tape. They're only this big.
Circular saws? Because you're making
no,
that kind of motion.
You cut cardboard or other paper. So it's good for basically ages 4 and up. You cannot cut yourself. It's almost like a little hole punch, and it just does this.
Ooh.
And you can cut things out, do a design. So in the coming months, we're hoping to offer programming around that. And then they just gave us more funding on Monday for a new dramatic play area, farm stand, I guess. and to purchase a Switch 2 for the tween space and the teen space with was it Mario Kart World? Yeah. So and a few other things for the
You
teens.
have now mentioned the Friends a couple of times.
Yes.
Why don't you take a breath and explain to everybody who the Friends are? Because maybe they want to become members of the Friends.
So the Friends of Westerly Library in Wilcox Park are a separate 501c3 that has been set up to help support Westerly Library in Wilcox Park. And so they're the books that they sell during the year, at their pop-ups, at their annual book sale, and any other fundraising activities they have, raise money to help support wish list, what we call wish list items, which included all of the items that I just mentioned.
Thank you.
And so they are helping to support programs and services
And it's
and
so
resources.
inexpensive. I think membership's like $15 a year.
Yes. Yes.
And you get first crack at that book sale. When
Yeah.
you're a
Yes,
member.
there's a members only night.
Which is
So,
wonderful.
Yes.
It really is.
With some wine and like bites.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
books. What's
all
better?
for $15 a year. Yeah, I don't know why more people are not members. We have about 2 or 3 minutes because we will need time to change over and make sure you don't go out with your microphones.
Right.
Oh,
You
that's
do
right.
not. Oh, I do want to mention tomorrow night, American Roots, Stars, Stripes, and Small Business Stories by Dennis Algier from Washington Trust. So it's the oldest community bank in the United States. It's from 5:30 to 6, so short period of time, but
Is
should be
this
a lot of
part
fun.
of the 250th celebration?
It is in recognition of the 250, I believe, through the chamber.
And
set up by
probably
the
the
chamber.
100 for the Washington Trust. It's their 100th.
Yes. And we have the Stonington Madrigal Singers coming actually tonight at 6:30. Lots and lots of things going on.
Great. And we should remind people 4 o'clock today, which is like in about 7 minutes, 4 to 6, to go to the Hoxie Gallery and see this fabulous art show, Bill's favorite of the year.
Oh, yes.
Supporting all of our young artists in the
Yeah.
community.
That's the
from
future.
public schools.
You were about to
I
say.
just do want, this may have been mentioned last month, but there's a new club, a Pokemon club.
I don't
It
remember
is
that from last
very
year.
popular.
I
And
bet it would
it's
be.
for all ages. And so I was up on the first floor last week, and these 2 kids come running out of nowhere. I had to say, hey, slow down.
They were just so excited.
And they were like, and
Pokemon cards.
a minute
and
later,
all
a very
cards.
harried mother is coming behind them, going,
They weren't-
Pokemon Club.
Yes, they weren't running, were they?
Yeah.
The mothers.
So you can
Trying-
you can
trying to
actually
keep
play
up.
the game or just, trade cards or
Well, Bridget and Bill, thank you as
Thank
always.
you.
It's a really fast hour. And one more reminder that from the 1st to the 4th, the library will be closed because they're getting classy new carpeting.
yes.
Mhm.
So thank you again.
Thank you.
And take advantage of these things. Let me just have the book for a minute. I want to get it good and close. That you can go into the library, although these go really fast. I notice very fast, but get a copy, go online. All of this is online. You can print out your own. You can call up or sign up online, and you will automatically find it in your inbox every month.
Yep. It's right at the bottom of our homepage. Pop in your email and it'll come to you each month.
Wonderful.
Yes.
When we come back, we will be talking with Detective Howie Mills. And yes, we will be talking, among other things, about scams. You can never hear too much about it or be too prepared for it. So please pay attention to our local people, because without them, there is no 321 Media. We will be back right after this.
Spring is back at the beach, and so is the Misquabacut Spring Fest 2026. 3 days of live music, amazing food, rides, and oceanfront energy. There's music for everyone all weekend, with country on Friday, 90s on Saturday, and feel-good soul on Sunday. Plus, incredible food vendors, carnival rides, and free parking. May 8th through the 10th at Misquamicut Beach. Skip the line and get your tickets now. MisquamiCutFestival.org.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
Blinds, shades, shutters. You can do a lot of exterior shades, some sun protection or bug screens, window tinting, or different decorative options on business windows, conference rooms. I'm Cliff.
I'm Taylor.
And we're with Bumblebee Blinds.
I'm Gretchen Miller. I'm the owner of Martin House Books in Westerly, Rhode Island. We have 2 floors. The top floor is all adults. The bottom floor is children's. We have the cafe here too. That's a separate business, Cafe 1888. Come down to Martin House Books, enjoy a great coffee, and pick out another great read.
Hi, I'm Sean with Easy Does It Moving and More. Whether it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. We even help with unpacking and secure storage when you need it.
From start to finish, Easy Does It Moving and More makes sure that all of your belongings get there safely. Make your move easy and call 401-545-6078 today.
Easy Does It Moving and More, because moving shouldn't be stressful, it should be easy.
I'm Ryan Collins. I'm the clinic director, specialized orthopedic physical therapy. Every time you come in, you work one-on-one with the physical therapist. Personalized one-on-one care with that person. Working with Wood River is very beneficial because we have great relationships with all the doctors. Do not hesitate to give us a call, come in for an evaluation, or talk to your doctor, and they can refer you to physical therapy.
My name is Robert Toth. I'm the owner of Old Mountain Lanes. We opened way back in 1960. We have 24 lanes of bowling. We are a full-fledged family facility. League bowling. We have cosmic bowling. We have music and entertainment. Food is a big thing here too. We have 2 great restaurants. We're Old Mountain Lanes, 756 Kingstown Road in Wakefield. We're open 7 days a week. Come on down and see us.
If you want a sweet treat or a bite to eat, if you're shopping for the week or a great piece of meat, there's only one place to go. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. If you're here for the weekend or you're here for a lifetime, meet me at Dunn's Corners Market.
Welcome to Dan's Place, Rhode Island's #1 stop for amazing food, drinks, and live entertainment. Dan's Place offers a fantastic selection of unique menu items, including pizzas, pasta, steaks, and seafood. Here's what our customers have to say: a masterpiece on a crust. Watch your favorite New England teams on one of Dan's 4 big screen TVs. Looking for a great place to meet? Try Dan's Place.
I'm Dan from Dan's Place, where your only regret is not coming in sooner.
I'm Josh Sherman, owner of Breachway Building Company. We specialize in kitchens, bathrooms, interior renovations of all kinds. Please feel free to give me a call to help you out with your next project. Breachway Building Company. We are building your dreams one wall at a time.
It starts with a conversation. We dive deep into a 75-minute evaluation, one-on-one and real support between sessions. We don't just chase symptoms, we rebuild how your body moves so you can stay active for years to come and get back to the life you enjoy.
I've been cooking since I was 12 or 13 years old. I was cooking in the Navy. And honestly, we were welcomed kind of with open arms into the community. We've had a reputation for having great beverages and okay food. And I want people to know that is the thing we're attacking first, is making sure that our food matches our beverages. I want to make a really strong lunch menu. If you had a breakfast sandwich yesterday, come back tomorrow, it'll be better, because we're changing the way we do things around here. I'm JJ Glode. I'm the owner of Higher Grounds and Lickety Splits, and we'd love to see you come in soon.
Lickety Splits, where the summer sticks on our fingers, on our lips.
2 scoops high in a waffle twist.
We're living it up at Lickety Splits. Lickety Splits, take your flavor pick. Rainbow swirl or classic mix.
Big wide smiles and a sugar blitz.
Yeah, everyday sweet at Lickety Splits. Hey!
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
I'm Dr. Devin Barley. I own Greenwich Bay Chiropractic right on Main Street in East Greenwich. We are a chiropractic office that offers services like therapeutic exercise, as well as non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. Even if you're dealing with a chronic health issue that you just kind of say it is the way that it is, there are so many people that we've been able to help who thought that they didn't have any other options. If you're dealing with things like arthritis, headaches, low back pain, disc injury, pain down your leg or your arm due to a disc injury, those are great cases for us, and those are people that we've been able to.
Lickety Splits, where the summer sticks on our fingers, on our lips.
2 scoops high in a waffle twist.
We're living it up at Lickety Splits. Lickety Splits, take your flavor pick. Rainbow swirl or classic mix.
Big wide smiles and a sugar blitz.
Yeah, everyday sweet at Lickety Splits. Hey!
It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be. It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be.
It's pizza night in Westerly. Mario's is where I want to be.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
Hello, we are back. We just heard from Detective Mills. He's running just a couple of minutes late, probably chasing a bad guy or a speeder, but he will be here shortly. But I mentioned in the last hour that I had gotten a text this morning that I knew was a scam, and I sent it to Howie Mills, and he said he just got one. Well, actually, mine started on Monday, because on Monday I got, and I don't have that one, I've gotten rid of it, but I got something that was so blatantly a scam. It was from the DMV, saying that I hadn't been paying all my traffic fines. I have none. They haven't caught me yet. And that I needed to come to Providence or to the DMV in Cranston and pay, or I could use the QR code and it would let me know how much I owed. Well, I'm not big on QR codes, and I'm really not big on scams. And I knew it was a scam. Why? It didn't have my name on it. It did not have my make or model of automobile on it. And it didn't have my license on there, my license number. So I just ignored it. So then this morning I got, and within 23 minutes, I got two of them but the same thing. Final warning from the Rhode Island DMV, compliance deadline set for May 7th. That's tomorrow. Records confirm that your traffic fines remain unpaid. In accordance with Rhode Island Administrative Code 15C-16.003, missing the May 6th deadline will result in these enforcement steps. Number one, submission of your case to the DMV violations database. Now that's going to scare a lot of people. Number two, suspension of your vehicle's registration status starting May 6th. That's today. That will scare people. Number three, a 30-day revocation of your right to operate a motor vehicle. I can't drive. If I can't drive, I don't have to get gas. That's not so bad. Number four, an additional 35% service fee added to toll charges. I have no toll charges. We have no tolls here either. Number five, risk of prosecution and damage to your personal credit history. Then under all this, they say secure payment link, and they have something for me to click on if I have no brains at all, or if they've scared me enough. Please reconcile your account promptly to avoid the suspension of your driving credentials and further judicial action. Then they tell me to reply Y, hit the letter Y and reopen this message to enable the link or paste the address into your browser. Do you know how fast they would have my information? So please, if you've gotten this, it is a fake, it is a scam. Like I said, 23 minutes later, I got the exact same thing with that it came from a slightly different person who sent it. There is nothing official on here, not that they don't know how to copy things, because I have gotten scams with the state of Rhode Island seal on it or a DMV. This has none of these, none of them. And again, it doesn't have my name. It doesn't have my automobile make or model. It doesn't have my license plate. And it doesn't have what my fines are and what I did, what my violations are. It is 100% a scam. The DMV does not operate this way. And if you get something like this and you're not sure, please, Howie will tell you when he gets here, call your local police department or call the DMV. I'm sure they got a lot of calls, an awful lot. So he will be here shortly. We can talk more about this. But in the meantime, and here he is. In the meantime, Ben had asked me to tell you, we have some really great news about Man About Town and other programs beginning on June 1st, or the very first Wednesday in June, which I believe is the 3rd. Man About Town will be at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Why? It is a much bigger audience. We're getting a whole new audience. We will be running a lot of talk shows in the morning between 8 and 11, Monday through Friday. Ben was showing me before we went on the air today all the shows we have lined up. And we'll be giving you more information as we go. But now Detective Mills is here, and Detective Mills, I read them. The scam message that we both got.
Yeah.
I actually got my first one on Monday.
You did?
And yes, and it told me to go somewhere in Providence. It was a different message. And then the one today was saying, I didn't pay attention. But I said the main giveaway with this one was there was no seal from anywhere.
Yeah.
There was no anything. It didn't have my name. It didn't have my car make or model. It didn't have my license plate or any of those things. Scam, scam, scam. And if people are afraid and don't want to believe us, I told them to call the police department or to call the DMV. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. I got one from a generic, it was about a final settlement portal. Yeah. That's the one, right?
Oh, final settlement pool? Yours is a little different.
So mine was a failure to settle these balances. Well, I had that one too, but this one I got today, just a little while ago. Rhode Island Department of DMV urgent notification of enforcement protocols that will take effect May 6th.
Yeah. Did he give you the 5 things they're going to do to you?
Oh, yeah.
Because
potential legal processing and negative impacts on your credit rating, things like that.
Yep. Exactly. And they can't do that. The DMV isn't going to do that. If you owe money on and you have something like a speeding ticket you didn't pay or a parking ticket or your registration ran out, they're going to send you a letter, but they're not going to do this.
No.
They're amazing though, because I'm sure they got a lot of people. People get scared and bango, they push that button.
I'm always curious how many mass emails or text messages went out to people, just like you got one today.
Yeah.
I got one today. I can't imagine.
I got 2 today.
Okay.
After I emailed you, I got one 23 minutes later, the exact same thing.
Really?
The same thing. So they're sending them out like crazy, apparently.
And when I do scam presentations, I always am updating my my little information packet that I give, or if I do a PowerPoint, I'm always updating it because scams always are changing
constantly.
Yeah. And constantly. What was it, a month or 2 ago, you got the one where you thought you had to go to your bank.
Yes.
So that was that month, and every month they're changing. I'm assuming now, because we're just out after tax season, people start getting a lot of those emails regarding they didn't pay their taxes didn't go through.
And also the spring break ones where they call people and say your grandson was arrested in Fort Lauderdale, caused an accident.
Yes.
Although we're probably just beyond spring break now.
We're just beyond the spring break portion of it, but there are also now, though, to switch it up, instead of it being like your grandchild was locked up on spring break or something like that, to sometimes they'll just use family members. That your family member was, a family member.
Well, you've got proms and high school graduations.
Yeah, that's all coming up.
And a lot of parties and stuff. So they can use that.
Yeah.
It's just frightening.
It really is.
It is. It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I spoke in Hopkinton last 2 weeks ago, and then I did 2 in Westerly, and they're usually only go about an hour. And sometimes they go a little bit longer because the intricacies of some of these scams and the in-depth that they use sometimes they groom these people for a long time. A lot of these issues that we've been dealing with are these romance scams.
Yeah.
And, people falling in love with somebody they've never met. And I can't stress it enough that if you know somebody that's in a relationship with somebody, but the person that they're in a relationship with, they've never met them, ask them a lot of questions. Maybe try to explain to them that, like, this might not be the person you're actually, like, falling in love with or talking to every single day.
Right.
Whether it's your friend or a family member or a grandparent or a parent, maybe, because I've had those where, you talk to some of these family members and you're like, you need to have a conversation with your grandparent or your mom or your dad and explain to them that this obviously it doesn't sound right. Explain to them that this is probably a scam. And, I give them all the information that I have of, if they have you to go to one of these, off-brand text messaging platforms, that
Right.
some of these platforms that people use are platforms that they can text message and communicate with that are, you can do it, throughout the world, so that's why they'll get you to go to one of these one of these text messaging apps where
I have been told, and you probably know better than I do, certainly, that in Nigeria or India or any of these places, they have like a sweatshop. They have one giant room and people one after the other on the phone.
Yeah.
Rows and rows and rows of them. And if they can just get, one person in a night or in a day or however they do it, they consider it a big
Yeah.
success.
If you go on YouTube or a platform like that to watch videos, you can see a lot of the stuff comes from Calcutta, like India area. You'll see some of the videos I've seen are from there, and you'll see they're in a room, like in a building, and they're just making phone calls after phone calls after phone calls, trying to get people to to answer and then try to scam them. And you get the people that make the phone calls, and then you get.
And I guess they get paid that way, right? They get a commission on scamming someone.
I don't know exactly how like the payout happens, but there's certain people that there's certain people that are they call the closers that will kind of finish the deal. There's people that kind of get people like into the scam, and then they pass it off to the person to do the scamming, do the actual money transferring part of it. Those are the closers. If you notice when you watch some of these videos, they all work third shift or like at nighttime. You know why?
Because of the time difference here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they work nighttime there, so it's daytime here in the United States, so they can, call people during the day because nobody's going to pick up a scam phone call at 2 o'clock.
I've often noticed that the scam phone calls that you get a lot of, although I'm not getting nearly as many as I used to get, but they will come on American holidays when they know we're home, whether it's Memorial Day or Christmas or July 4th, that it picks up a lot then because they know people are around.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't stop. I don't get as many scam phone calls as I did. I'm still getting some here and there. I was just up in Maine this past weekend, and we were in the middle of nowhere, and some people that are with were getting some like spam phone calls, and they're like, I could go to Maine and I still get these phone calls.
Yeah, their phone shouldn't even work in the middle of nowhere.
The reception isn't great, but you try to explain to them, well, it's not at the location where you're really at. It's just that scammers have your phone number.
They have it, yeah.
Yeah, usually
they don't know where you're traveling.
They don't, and unfortunately, when you pick up your phone and it's possibly a spam, somebody actually answered. So then they can, they'll pass that phone number around to other people or other scamming, like groups of scammers, because somebody answered the phone, so they know it's actually a live number. And then if you actually get scammed, that number becomes valuable because you were actually a target that fell for it. You got scammed, and they will try to, at this point, it's kind of one of those things where they can say, this person, we scammed them before. They'll try to, the same people will try to scam them again, or might even try to sell your phone number to somebody.
You might know the answer to this. You probably do. We actually talked about scams a little bit with your buddies from the library before you came, because an email, I believe, email or text, she said, I don't know which one, but Brigitte said was sent to all of her employees, supposedly from her, and asking about gift cards. And of course, they all knew. Plus, they didn't have, they had the library address, but they didn't have .org. They had .com. And she said, the employees all knew right off the bat. And then I was telling her that I have been noticing around town that when I go into stores, I was in the floral department of Stop and Shop this morning, and now there are stickers on the counters that say, stop, if anyone asks you to buy gift cards for them and you don't know them, please go to the courtesy desk or whatever. Did that come from our police department? It's the same one. I've seen it in Walmart, Stop and Shop, a number of places.
Not that I'm aware of, but
it's a great thing.
It is a great thing. All these businesses understand, the amount of people that get scammed, and how many people come there to buy gift cards, because they know that that's a prevalent thing. Just like 15, 20 years ago when they were going into these stores to do Western Unions, I remember going into one of the stores here in town, I want to say 2010, maybe 2011. And it was, people were getting scammed through like Western Union type,
Yeah.
or MoneyGram or something like that. And
people don't even hardly use Western Union anymore.
all of a sudden, like when it's like either MoneyGram, Western Union, something like that,
Yeah.
when you see all those placards started showing up, in that area where you would go and you'd get this saying like, stop before you send this out. Do you know this person that you're sending this to? Do you know where it's going?
Which is great. That's how it should be.
Yes.
But I guess they can't always have them up, and you can't always expect the clerk to ask the right questions. I know the bank people have been very well schooled,
right?
Because they're getting constant training.
They are.
I know you've done it for Washington Trust or for other organizations,
I have.
Navigant, and they're all getting it.
Mm.
And but a lot of times, I remember our friends at Navigant were saying that a customer will come in and argue and say, "Look, it's my money, and I want it." And you can do everything, stand on your head to try to prove to them. But if they ask for it, you have to give it to them.
Yeah, it's their money. We had one a few years ago where a bank reached out to us and said, we had a customer in here. They're a customer of ours. And, we believe that, she was getting scammed, and we had a conversation, and, the person said, this is my money. I want the money. They asked her, what it was for. She gave them, a little bit of information. They seemed like they felt like, and they figured that she was being scammed just the way she was answering her questions. But again, at the end of the day, she was like, it's my money. I want my money. And so they reached out to the police department, and one of the officers, one of the detectives called her and said, hey, we just spoke to the bank. We believe, they believe that you're getting scammed. We understand it's your money. We believe that you're getting scammed. And started asking her more questions. The detective started asking her more questions about like what the money was going to be used for. She was she kept just saying like, why are you asking these questions? This is my money.
A lot of times they'll lie. They'll say to buy a car or something.
Yes.
They don't want to tell you.
Yes, they don't.
I'm going to send it to my boyfriend,
and
whom
then,
I never
the
met.
detectives, said to her something along the lines of, I believe you're being scammed, and this doesn't seem right. And then she basically said, this is my money, and hung up the phone. I think the next morning when we came into work, there was a report that was given to us that this person was scammed.
And once they're scammed, it's nearly impossible to get the money back, isn't it?
It's very hard to get. Like once this person that actually, I can't remember if the person came to their house. I might have been one of those a courier or something like that came to the residence to pick up the money, and at that point,
that's it. It's over.
Right. As far as you check the area for video cameras, but if nobody has any video of the car, if these people are pretty smart, they'll park down the road, they'll walk up, they'll use rental cars.
I'm sure they have a uniform of some kind or a badge.
Right, but
sometimes
if it is just a courier, then the courier it's just a person that's just a courier that works for a company that does pickups.
So they're not part of the scam.
No, well,
they don't realize
they're unknowingly part of a scam.
Yeah,
because they'll get a phone call. Hey, we have paperwork, and we've actually spoken to them before involved in some of these cases, and they're like, yeah, we got a phone call. They paid through whatever app they paid through, and we were here just to pick up some documents in a box and bring them to this address. And then when you look up the address, it's like sometimes it's like New York City, New Jersey, something like that. At like an abandoned building, or like just like in front of a building. There's many buildings, like an apartment building or something like that with a name on it, and that's where they drop it off.
So what can we do? Be vigilant.
Be very vigilant.
Check everything.
Check everything. Check your emails. Like I know you talked about the one with Bridget with her email. I cannot tell you how many people have been scammed with they thinking that it's their supervisor or their boss.
Yeah, they were talking about AI too.
All of that.
With AI, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I've received fake emails from my work, saying that, Chief Gingerella needs you to, to get like, gift cards for because he's in a meeting or something like that. And I'm like, I just talked to him like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And
he wouldn't ask you to get gift cards for a meeting.
Right. And then, you reach out to him. He's like, oh yeah, I already know a bunch of people got the email, but you just need one.
But we also talked about the fact, and you and I have talked about this many times. You've had a long week or a long day. You're tired. You've been in traffic. You get home, you're looking at it, and something looks, and you go like that, and it's done. And because you didn't take the time, but you were tired. You didn't read it right. And that can happen to anybody.
Yes.
We are going to take a break. I'm sorry.
No,
but
it's okay.
I'm
sorry.
We have to take a break. When we come back, we'll maybe get off the scams and find out what's going on in town. We got something at the beach this weekend coming up. The tourists are coming in, and we've had some beautiful days. This is not one of them, but we've had some nice days. We're going to have many more, which brings a lot more tourists.
Yes.
So you are listening, watching with us at Men About Town. We are part of 321 Media. We're sponsored by those great people at Valeni Subaru at Dunn's Corner. And we'll be back very shortly. Don't go away.
Spring is back at the beach, and so is the Misquamicut Spring Fest 2026. 3 days of live music, amazing food, rides, and oceanfront energy. There's music for everyone all weekend, with country on Friday, 90s on Saturday, and feel-good soul on Sunday. Plus, incredible food vendors, carnival rides, and free parking. May 8th through the 10th at Misquamicut Beach. Skip the line and get your tickets now. MisquamiCutFestival.org.
Hi, I'm AJ Truck. And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
You may not be able to tell from the outside, but cars are more complicated than ever on the inside. That's why you need to take your car to a place where the technicians really know what they're doing. Our experts have been repairing cars for almost 60 years. From simple brake jobs to complex transmissions. There's nothing the experts at AMCO haven't seen or fixed. That's why we know cars inside and out. AA MCO.
Oh, let's go down to Toscano's. Men's shop downtown Westerly, where style and class go hand in hand. You can look your best and dress to please. Buy the right shoe, get the left one free. And if Paulie makes fun of you, you get an even bigger discount too. Toscano's Men's Shop since 1911.
It starts with a conversation. We dive deep into a 75-minute evaluation, one-on-one and real support between sessions. We don't just chase symptoms, we rebuild how your body moves so you can stay active for years to come and get back to the life you enjoy.
She's there, she's everywhere, she's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
Hey gang, we are back with Detective Mills. We're going to talk about some happy stuff for a while, not just the scam stuff. Although I think of the scam stuff not as just sad stuff, I think of it as education, which we all need.
We definitely all need education, especially on the scams.
Yeah, so this weekend, the beach is opening up.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for swimming. It'd be a little chilly down there.
Some people jump in January.
Yeah, they do. But it's Spring Fest.
Yes.
And that's always a lot of fun. There's entertainment. There's usually a car show. all kinds of food trucks, a lot going on, and people who think they can park anywhere they damn well please, right?
Yeah, it's Spring
Okay,
Fest.
disabuse them of that.
Well, so as you know, when you go into Spring Fest, there's usually parking on the right. If you're looking at the State Beach parking lots, parking on the right. The museum park and everything is on your left. You know, you obviously got to follow the rules where they want you to park, and then you know, there's obviously going to be officers there at Spring Fest. We always have officers there. Just follow the signs that we put up and that the DEM puts up for where to park. It's a great time. It's usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right. It is. Yeah, I've seen the signs around town. It says May 8th to 10th.
Hopefully
So
we have good
bring
weather.
mom there for Mother's Day.
I was just thinking the same thing. That'd be
Why
a great,
not?
thing to do in the afternoon. I think Mother's Day is supposed to be a really nice day.
Yes, supposed to be
So-
the best weather day of the weekend,
Oh, okay.
definitely.
Yeah. So, it's weird because I've been to these where it's been really, really cold. I've been to them where it's been really, really hot and really beautiful. So,
Yep.
I think when I went
Well,
to
you are down at the beach, so remember to bring a jacket or a sweatshirt because it's chillier and windier down there than other parts of the state.
Yeah, it is. It's as you know, you might be where you live, another town over, and it's really, really nice, and there's no wind. You come down to the beach, and
You
it's always a
get
little bit
blown away.
Yeah, it's always a little bit cooler down at the beach. So
Yeah.
that's why people come to the beach in the summertime. So it's a little bit cooler down there, and sometimes you do have a little bit of a wind coming off the water. I don't know which way the wind's going to be blowing on that day, but
Gee, you're supposed to know all that.
yeah, but
stuff,
sometimes
right?
if it's in the southwest, it's going to kind of be blowing right off the water, but it really depends. But I just hope it's really nice for everybody because I think it's a great time. I don't know who the musical acts are going to be.
I don't know either. If Caswell, if you happen to be watching, we'd love to have you call in and let us know. I know there's actually, Ben, if you can check, they have a website. The question is, who is performing at
Spring Fest
this weekend? Caswell usually has a whole lineup, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right.
Friday night at Springfest is country night, and it's the first time ever that they are doing $5 admission at 5 p.m. for the first hour. So for the first hour, you can get $5 admissions at Springfest, and that is going to be country night, which is the first time ever. They're going to have a great DJ from WCTY down there as the host for the evening. They're going to start off the night at 5:30 with the band Whiskey Boulevard, which should be a lot of fun.
Know all this stuff.
And by the way, Howie can attest, I'm just sitting in the hallway, no notes or anything. And then at 7:30, the main event for that night will be Wallen Nation, which is a Morgan Wallen cover band from Nashville that will be up playing. And then on Saturday, we are throwing it back to the 90s. At 12 p.m. noon, we have Diva and the Playboys, and they will be followed by Caswell and the Peel and Eats, which will bring in some yacht rock feel. Then after that, we're going to have a band called Saved by the 90s. They're going to be on around 5:30 p.m., I believe. And then at 7:30 p.m., we're going to have DJ Chris Walsh. You may know Chris Walsh as being an incredible videographer, but long before his days behind the camera, he was behind the DJ booth down at the Atlantis and other clubs in Mesquamaket. Ended up getting a job at Kiss FM in Hartford, and then from there became a DJ for MTV, mixing their their album series, MTV Party to Go, in the early 90s. So he will be back behind the DJ booth, playing some of your favorites from the 80s and 90s that he, I believe, maybe was nominated for a Grammy for, even with that.
I asked one little question. Look what we're getting.
And then on Sunday, it's Blues and Soul Day, and that should be a lot of fun as well. We have
Is there a car show too? Usually
unfortunately there is no car show this year. There is a they're doing construction on the beach entrance to the main parking lot.
Okay.
For the state beach. And so Springfest will be actually flipped around this year. So the main entrance won't be the traditional main entrance. It'll be on the other side, which is where the car show usually is.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, there is no car show this spring, but it will be back. By the way, the parking is limited in the main lot because of the construction this year. However, all of the lots across the beach, there's tons of parking over by Wiskanow, Sam's Snack Bar, all of that. And all of those businesses are still closed for the season. So parking is completely free. The only business over there that will be open during Springfest is the Windjammer, and they will be monitoring their own lot. All of the other parking 100% free because
wow, so you can't give out a bunch of tickets then.
Well, unless they park illegally
unless
on
they
the
park
landing
illegally, which you know
Right.
I may have done once or twice for Springfest.
Once or twice.
Once
yeah.
or twice or 1,000 times. And then on Sunday, we have massive. I can't think of their full name. But
Gee,
a great
you
band,
mean you
a
got
great
something
band
wrong
at
there.
noon, followed by a wonderful soul and R&B group called Les Mix, and that is at 1:45 p.m. And then at 3:30 p.m., closing out the festival is a band called Wild Nights. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend at Springfest. There will also be 75 vendors, a food truck rodeo, and
Should be paying you for this.
they are. And they are. There's also fantastic 75 vendors, arts and crafts vendors, a great food truck rodeo. Ben and Jerry's will have an ice cream truck there. Ben and Jerry's from Newport will be there.
Are they
That's incredible.
wrestling again this year?
No wrestling this year, unfortunately. That's along with the car show this year. If you wanna get some classic cars and some people together to fight, just do that somewhere else in Westerly this weekend. We'll send Howie.
That's just what he wants.
Yeah, we'll
to
send
hear.
Howie.
Get people together to fight. Right.
Exactly. And and then that's it.
I
Kiefer's
think
Martial
you did
Arts
a
will
good
be there.
job.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my
Thank
home.
you very much,
Right.
sir.
Thank you so much for the update. Appreciate it.
Wow. I thought maybe.
Me to know every single band off of that. Did you?
I was.
Not.
I am
Are you
thoroughly-
kidding me?
I'm thoroughly
No.
impressed.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I guess Howie and I are done, so we'll see you next month.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what else is doing in town? What are things that people should know?
Well, we do have we have a few recruits graduating from the academy coming up.
Great.
Here at the end of the month. So we'll have some new recruits that will be on FTO, and then they go.
What's FTO?
I think there's 4 of them. They're going to be on field training.
Field training.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're going to be on FTO field training, and they're going to be with a with an officer. So they'll ride around for with an officer for a few weeks on one shift, and then they'll do that all 3 shifts, and then they'll go into another phase where they're the primary and they're driving the
Somebody
vehicle.
rides with them.
Yes, of course, and
Sure.
so that's usually takes a few months. But hopefully by the end of the summer, middle to the end of the summer, they will actually be off at FTO, and then they'll be able to go on their own, driving the cars, and then they'll have their own. Once they give permission, then they're free to go, and they get their own beat, and they're by
Are you all
themselves.
set with your CSOs? And please explain what
So
that
a
is
CSO
for
is
those.
a community service officer, and we are still taking applications. We're still looking to
Oh.
hire CSOs, community service officers. We usually try to hire college kids that are looking to get into law enforcement, or somebody that's over 18. We try to hire somebody that's over 18 to work at the police department doing community service, which is community service officer. You're either going to be downtown writing tickets, doing ticket enforcement. You're going to be either in Watch Hill doing ticket enforcement, writing tickets, or you'll be directing traffic at one of our 3 or 4 different areas that we need to direct traffic during the summer. And if you're not directing traffic, you might be standing at one of the right-of-ways to move traffic along so people don't stop to unload their vehicles parked in the middle of the roadway to go down to the beach. At Larkin and Bluff, we usually have a CSO there if we can, and then at Everett and Niantic, right there where people like to drop off on that little side road. Officers are there to deter and not let you park, stop, or stand.
I am on your side, obviously, but I also
Where
think
you going with this, Rona?
what?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about the people who come down to the beach, whether they live in our area or they're coming from Hartford or they're coming from Idaho because they're here on vacation. Now they've got a car, they drive down, they're right by the beach. They got kids, they got pails and shovels and inner tubes. They've got lunch in some kind of a cooler. They've got towels and blankets and stuff. Where are they supposed to park? Or if somebody is dropping them off, are you giving them just a minute or two to get out of the car and get all that stuff and get the kids by the hands?
Well, you're not supposed to stop in the middle of the roadway.
No, not in the middle of the road.
There's no breakdown lane for somebody to stop in.
Oh, wow.
So if you stop.
So what are they? All right. So then what are they supposed to do? Where are they going?
We always our role, is when people ask the CSOs, we explain to them, well, you're gonna have to park in a parking lot and carry what you carry to the beach, because if you look, I know you're explaining all this, people carrying these things and stuff like that. Well, what happens if you're right by the carousel or something like that in that area down in Watch Hill, and you decide that you're gonna let your family out here, right? Stop in the middle of the roadway, and now your family gets out. You open up the hatchback, and now you start taking out blankets and towels and coolers and all this
you're
stuff.
creating a giant traffic jam.
Yes. Well, what happens if you stop?
And
in the
it's
middle
dangerous.
Right. What happens if you stop in the middle of the roadway? As your family's getting out, somebody behind you rear ends you, hits you from behind, causes
Or
an
hits a
accident.
kid.
Hits a kid, right?
Yeah.
Because you're letting people out in traffic. Now, that person's going to say, well, I wouldn't have hit them if they didn't stop in the middle of the roadway and just start unloading like a car.
And they'd be right. They would be right, but it would be horrible.
Yeah. So to deter any of that happening, or kids getting out of a car in the middle of the roadway, we tell them, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. You got to park somewhere where you can safely, at a parking lot, unload your car,
right,
and then walk what you want to the beach. Because it's like one of those things too, where maybe you're not going to take as much stuff down there if you got to walk it.
Exactly.
So,
and I would also think, if you're going on vacation, you've got X number of dollars allocated. And I would think that people should know, if they're coming to a beach, not just our beach, but probably just about everywhere, you're going to have to go to a parking lot. And yes, it will be expensive, and they should put aside 25, 30, 50, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Well, we've all been on vacations. I don't know if I've ever really been anywhere where they have free parking to go to the beach.
Exactly.
So, parking is limited anywhere you go. I know sometimes when people will say, like, I have a full family and we just came down here to go to the beach, and
they should figure that into their
or they say,
expense.
well, where do I park? I didn't know it was going to be this much to park here. And then, I always say to them, well, if you can drive all the way from here all the way up to Narragansett and further, and there's beaches all along there, Musquamacket, State Beach, there's Beach Park in Charlestown, same thing.
Right.
You don't have to be
Matunic,
right. You don't have to be in
beaches.
Watch Hill. There are beaches that have actual beach parking, like the Round State Beach, like Musquamacket State Beach. There are places. So if you're not happy with having to pay whatever you have to pay, that's your choice. If you want to pay,
but you're going to
at a
pay
private lot.
something.
If you're going to pay at a private lot, you're going to pay at a private lot. They're gonna ask what they ask for, and if you decide that you want to pay it, you pay it.
What do you do about the homeowners? It's their property, it's their driveway, and I've seen occasionally a homeowner will say $20 to put your car here.
Well, you have to have a permit.
Oh, you do have to.
Yeah.
Okay. So they really can't do that, even though it's their land, their home.
You have to have a permit because you're taking cash. Like I guess if you had a place down at the beach and you said, hey, if you want, you can come down and park at my place anytime you want. We're friends. Well, that's different than charging somebody that you don't know.
Right.
Fees to park up on your property, and you let several cars park up on your property and you're taking cash.
No, I've actually seen where somebody's had a sign up.
Yeah.
And so that's a no-no unless they have a permit, which people aren't going to go buy
people
one.
that have done that, have called about it, and you just go there and you just, say, hey, we're getting, we're getting information, and people are saying that you're you're trying to charge people to park on your property, and like they're usually going to say I'm not. That's not true.
Yeah.
So then we explain to them what the statutes are and things like that, and what they can and can't do. And then we also explain to them too, even if you live on Winnapark Road or something like that, you can't just park in the roadway. You have to pull in your driveway just because there's really no room. Same with Atlantic Avenue; it's all tow zone to park on the street, even if you own the property. So you have to be off the street. There's no parking on the street, down there.
So with about 10 minutes left, what are you going to tell us?
Well, I know we talked about the CSOs. We're still hiring people for the pump out boat that the town of Westerly has the pump out boat. So we're always looking to hire people for the pump out boat. The town of Westerly's got a bunch of applications out for beach attendants. I know they're still hiring beach attendants. They're always hiring lifeguards.
So there are jobs available.
There's always.
And the best thing to do is go online to the Westerly Police Department or the town.
The Westerly Police Department from some of the stuff, and like the town usually has it all anyway. But I know they're always hiring lifeguards, and they're always hiring.
Well, lifeguards, of course, have to have certification, full certification.
They do to be a lifeguard, but if I was young, I mean, that looks like that'd be a pretty fun job to be a lifeguard. I know, it's a lot of work, especially on days we have the riptides.
It's it's scary. You got to be a really good swimmer and really well certified.
Yeah. You see the riptides in there. Sometimes it's a little, you're like, wow, that looks pretty bad today.
Oh, the water was pretty rough today. I saw that.
Oh, it was?
I was down at the breachway and those waves were coming up really high.
Was it windy down there?
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are all the elements that the lifeguards have to deal with. We're hiring, for a lot of positions. If anybody's looking for a summer job, go onto the website, and there's a bunch of different ones out there. And like I said, I know we're still taking applications for community service officers, which we're always looking to hire anywhere from 12, 15. If it's law enforcement or something you're looking to possibly get into,
and they don't need any experience, right?
No, we'll.
You have to be at least 18.
At least we try to have you be at least 18 or turning 18, and
but they don't want somebody 65.
Well, we're just looking for somebody that's interested in criminal justice. That's
somebody who's thinking of doing that for a career, going to college for it, or the
give them
academy.
an opportunity to see what it's like to write tickets, deal with patrons. You kind of have an idea pretty quickly how people act when you get confronted with somebody that's got a $150 ticket
and they're not happy.
They're not happy. So we talk about de-escalation and how to calm people down. And so we talk about that, and we try to figure out ways where we can try to de-escalate. So de-escalation is a big thing. So we try to talk all about de-escalation and how we can de-escalate. So we go through things with them. Sometimes at the end of the summer, somebody might say, I didn't really care for that part of it. I just don't know if now, if that's for me. I didn't like people screaming and yelling.
And unfortunately, you get a lot of angry people today about everything. People are angry out there. They don't like the economy. I mean, who would? They don't like the economy, the gas price, the this, the that, the drivers, and where they might have gone like this in the past, now they're going like this in the present, and that's got to be frightening.
I think just sometimes, especially in hot weather, I think sometimes people just get frustrated. You come all the way, say you drove an hour or two to come down to this beach. You get
and the
here,
parking lot or the beach is closed. It's overcrowded.
It's full, or it's hot. You didn't know how much it was really going to cost to park, and your kids are arguing in the car. You just want to get out of the car. Maybe like you're having just a bad day.
Yep.
And then you topple all that stuff on top of it.
Yeah, that I could see
So
that
then
happening.
you finally get to the beach. You're at the beach for a couple hours, and you come back and you got a parking ticket.
Yeah.
That really is going to just be the topper on it, right?
So what do they teach you in de-escalation school?
Well, we teach them how to, explain to them.
Don't let the guy hit
Right.
you.
Well, we try to explain to them how to handle it.
Yeah.
If they're still going to continue to, be angry and they don't want to accept your explanation, we'll have you then reach out to a supervisor, and then I would come down.
I was going to say, you call for backup.
Well, you just call for a super, like explain to them, I'm gonna have my super, like obviously you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. You try to be polite as you can. Supervisor will go down, like I used to go down, and then I would explain to them, that pretty much the same thing. I'd explain it all to them, and maybe even take them to the side, the CSO walk away, and give them all the information that I have available for how they can go forward with it. Explain to them, why we cannot take the ticket back, and how it goes into our computer, and once it's sent, it's sent. It's not like it was handwritten where you can just be like, oh yeah, you know what, I know you've had a tough day, and just throw it away. That's not how it works. You don't. That's
once it's sent to the computer, it's in there.
Yeah, that's just how it is, though. Everything's
all right.
accounted
So
for.
if you get someone from, we'll say Hartford, it could be Hartford, it could be Delaware, it could be Idaho, not from here, and they're furious, and you hand them a ticket, they don't show. What happens? Do they get something in the mail then? Do they get a?
Eventually, you'll get.
They don't get this kind of a fake thing that you and I got
eventually
today.
they'll get something from the Westerly Police Department in the mail regarding their ticket, and requesting them to contact us. So, and then we'll go from there.
Do they get a chance to plea at any kind of a civil courtroom or anything?
Yeah, so there's a court date on there. So on every single ticket, there's a court date. So every time, like if you got a ticket for parking, say on a side road in Musquamacket, just throw that out there,
right,
in a no parking area, and you decide that you want to fight the ticket. There's a court date on the ticket that you can, if you don't want to pay the fine, you can go on this court date, and you can present your case of why you don't think there should be a ticket. So,
but I would have to physically come back from Hartford or New
you'd have to come,
Jersey.
and that's what we explained to you. You'd have to come to the Westerly Town Hall, 3rd floor, in the municipal court, and then just explain your side of the ticket.
I see.
And so the officers, the CSOs, and then we do have our own ticket machines. Patrol officers use ticket machines too. We can take a picture of the vehicle where it's parked at the time, which got a timestamp on it and exactly where the vehicle is parked. So when it does go to court, and like whatever their explanation is, you can say, well,
it is considered.
Right. You might say, oh, I didn't see that, it's been a couple months now, but I didn't see, there was no signs on that street. And then a ticket is presented, the picture of your car that day is presented, and then, like, right above the telephone pole, like, one telephone pole down.
Yep.
Right there, as you're walking to the beach, or right in front of your car. And then as you walk to the beach, I know every other telephone pole, it says, tow zone, no parking on the street, or whatever it says.
Sure.
No, tow zone, no parking, tow zone, no
You're
parking.
not getting away too easily.
Well, I mean, but again, everybody has a different reasoning for why things are done. So, whatever, maybe they parked in a spot they shouldn't have, but there was a reason for it. I don't know. But you can take that up in court and give your explanation, and we do the same thing. We'll listen to it, and then the judge will make the ultimate decision. We'll just plead our
What
side of it.
advice have you to give all these people with 3 minutes left?
Man, the summer is coming, so
Yes,
just be patient. Traffic will get
terrible.
Well,
it will.
There will just be more traffic.
Yeah.
We all live in the area. We know that from May into June, all the way until September, it's just going to be a lot of traffic. That's just part of living in this area. You're going to have beach traffic. You're going to have just more traffic in general. You might be on, Post Road between 78 and Walmart and Dunn's Corners, and normally there's not a lot of cars. Well, nowadays you have a lot of cars because people aren't just going to Westerly; they're actually using 78 to go through Westerly to head towards Charlestown and Narragansett, and
right.
Or it might just be going through Westerly or staying in somewhere in Westerly. But you're going to have an uptick in traffic. You just are. So just be patient and understanding. I know, some people will complain to me that, I try to go to my favorite restaurant in the summertime, but there's always people there. It's always busy.
That's what they want.
I
That's
know
why
that.
they're in business.
And I know that. And then I explain to them, well,
Yeah.
You try to always be like, well, that's a great thing for the business. I understand now you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for your meal, but this is great for the businesses in here in town, because you're having this influx of people that are coming here and enjoying themselves and enjoying Westerly, enjoying the food. you know, I have family that comes to visit a couple times throughout the summertime because they love coming down to this area. And I know, you know, they like coming here because it's fun. It's busy. There's cool things to do all summer long. And, you know, sometimes we take it for granted.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden September comes.
And you know what? It's not just the beach, because downtown, when I first moved here, downtown was dead. It was pretty dead most of the time. And now, you know, I've talked to people, you go downtown on a Tuesday night sometimes, you got to fight to get a parking space. The restaurants are doing great. You've got restaurants and bars and the United Theater and so much going on.
There is.
It's, you don't have to wait for June, July, and August for it. It's 12 months a year now.
You're right.
So this is a happening place to be.
It
and
is
I
a
guess
happening place to be.
Got to bring your patients with you.
You do. You do.
So we are going to see you on June 3rd.
Okay.
I believe that is the first Wednesday. I will be reminding you, but we'll be seeing you at 9 o'clock. I hope you don't have a roll call then.
June 3rd.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, instead of 3 to 5, it'll be 8 to 10, and the 8 o'clock hour will be the library people, and you'll be the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
And we will keep telling people, and it will increase our audience tremendously, because that's
Okay.
when people listen.
All right.
So
maybe I'll bring a friend.
That would be wonderful. Well, no, actually, you are going to have a friend. You're going to have my friend.
I am going to have your friend. I forgot
A
about
special guest from New Jersey. She will not be here in person. She will be here via StreamYard, which is like Zoom. And she is an extremely intelligent, accomplished woman who 2 weeks ago got scammed and hacked in the same day and was saved at the 11th hour by, and we will give them credit. Maybe we'll even get a representative from our local one, Chase Bank, who just happened to be checking and found that she was on the line with people from India who were going to take 20 grand from her account within seconds. And when I told Howie about it, he said, I'm familiar with that scam and I know what questions to ask, or she can ask me. So it's going to be interesting because you'll see a real live person. We're not talking about just something that could happen. So we'll see you next month. In the meantime, give my best to your family. I'm glad you had a good time in Maine and in Florida. Now it's time to work.
I know.
Sorry.
I know.
We will see all of you next week. We will have, in addition to our second guest, and I cannot remember, but you will see people from Wood River Health, the Behavioral Health Department. It is Mental Health Month, and mental health is not just people who have very serious issues. It's them, but it's people who just have a problem, or people who've been through a substance abuse problem and beaten it. And there is going to be a guy here who's going to tell you his story. I've heard it, and it's just wonderful. We'll see you next week. Be well, be healthy, be patient with each other out there. Take a risk, but not on the road. See you then.